Broncos country, what is going on? I know you guys are probably tired of seeing me because last night I was on Horsepower Hour. Yesterday during the day, I made a film review about Riley Moss and his progression going into this year. And earlier today, I also dropped a video about why Patrick Surtain is better than Sauce Gardner, despite what PFF wants to think. But guys, today I'm here to talk about the fact that J.K. Dobbins is visiting with the Denver Broncos. So just looking at everything that we've got going on here, it's first reported by Mike Kliss that we are visiting with former Ravens and Chargers running back J.K. Dobbins. It is a little interesting that he waited this long to get signed. I don't know if this was something that they had like preemptively agreed to, even before they were even before all this came about. Maybe it was something that came about during draft season. I know my boy Mark predicted that the Broncos would sign J.K. Dobbins the Wednesday before the draft. But everybody's just saying a bunch of stuff about J.K. Dobbins on Twitter right now. Zach Kelperman reports that J.K. Dobbins is visiting with the Broncos tonight and into Thursday. He'll have dinner with the coaches and tour the facility. And yeah, that's ultimately what everything is going on here with J.K. Dobbins. So now I'm going to share this injury timeline for Chargers running back J.K. Dobbins over the years. So a lot of people look at the injury history with Dobbins and they're just like, all right, I don't really get excited about the fact that J.K. Dobbins is, a free agent. And you know what? To that I say, all right, that's completely valid. But like for a 1 year thing, I'm just like, whatever. He's better than Chubb as shown by this past year. J.K. Dobbins was actually surprisingly dynamic this past year when he was with the LA Chargers, and he was, the back of that run game for a lot of the year. He obviously got the chance to be their starting running back, and that was a really, really good chance for him because he did take that opportunity and he ran with it and everything like that. But I'm going to pull up J.K. Dobbins' game log here very, very soon. But yeah, overall, I thought he played pretty well this past year. He was hampered by his injuries, towards the end of the year. But, looking back at everything that had happened with J.K. Dobbins, like, it's kind of a miracle that he's still trending the way he is because, I call him Jello Knees Dobbins for a reason. And he did get another injury, I think, to his knee this past year, which is why we didn't see Dobbins in our second game against them. But yeah, so you put Dobbins into this running back room, like, we'll see how he profiles. We'll see how he does with his like advanced analytics. But yeah, to start the year, he was on an absolute tear, and he did a really good job this year at playing the running back position. He was obviously very, very efficient, or at least he was pretty efficient, better than anything we have had over the past few years. And obviously, if we had J.K. Dobbins on this team instead of Javonte Williams, then it would have been a huge quality of life improvement. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling right now. But yeah, you'll see that he was really, really good, especially to start the year, especially running in that Harbaugh scheme where they rely so heavily on, their power run game. Obviously, the Harbaugh style is running the football and playing good defense. But J.K. Dobbins had a heck of a year. And I think had he continued his pace, he would have, probably rushed for over 1,000 yards. But, it's really refreshing seeing a guy who's had this many injuries at this young of an age, play well and eventually, ultimately, show out. And this is basically his explosive play rating. So the dude, despite the fact that he still has a lot of problems, like as a pure runner, he's still got it. As a pure runner, he's still got it. And the way this is calculated is pass plays over 20 yards or rush plays over 10 yards are considered explosive. So, considering we had a bunch of slugs in our running back room last year, if we had a Dobbins, Harvey, Estime backfield, like man, oh man, having that three-headed monster, that would be absolutely fantastic. And this makes me feel better about the fact that we did move on from, or we did not draft another running back in the draft outside of RJ Harvey. And I said that Dobbins was pretty much the only guy available at this point in the year where it actually made sense. Like, I didn't want Nick Chubb. I didn't want Jamal Williams. I didn't want any of those other trash cans who are kind of on the tail end of their careers or anything like that. But yeah, just looking at how Dobbins was this past year, I mean, it's better than anything we had. I don't know how he profiled so poorly with EPA when he was a good pure runner on the ground. Overall, 4.2 true yards per carry, 4.7 yards per touch, 18.9 missed tackle force percentage, and a 110.9 explosive rating as well. So I don't think he's going to be like an absolute game changer, but he is an upgrade. He is an upgrade for what we had. Why isn't his name on the dotted line yet? Good question, D-Rock. And the reason I think it's not is because, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. We need a veteran voice in the RB room. I guess that they're still waiting to sign him is just they just want to make sure the visit goes well, all things considered, which I mean, it's completely valid. But yeah, overall, I think I'm really, really excited to see what J.K. Dobbins can do if he ends up getting signed with the team. Like I've been saying this whole offseason, we needed to add more at the running back position. And I thought that J.K. Dobbins was the perfect acquisition for us. And I thought he was the perfect dude to get our running game back on track, even before all this stuff happened, even before we drafted RJ Harvey in the second round. So the fact that we could have a Harvey, Dobbins estimate backfield, that's absolutely fantastic for me. And I see a lot of really good things coming in that regard as well. Once again, he had 10 breakaway runs last year. So the fact that he's had this many injuries, like I said, it's absolutely fantastic. And if you just need him to be a 2 down between the tackles grinder, then, I mean, hey, more power to you. But yeah, so just basically looking at J.K. Dobbins' opportunity and snap share and, whatever, weighted opportunities, team run plays per game. The dude still got the bulk of the work in the Chargers backfield last year. So, yeah, and obviously he had a bunch of red zone touches because which was 22nd in the NFL. But, yeah, overall, I'm just really impressed that he's still churning along. I'm really impressed that he's still, doing what he does. And, despite the fact that he is, kind of on the tail end of his career, especially because of all the injuries. But, I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. You never know. I think it's kind of – I might be jumping the gun a little bit when I say that. And guess what? He didn't fumble at all last year. So if you need a guy to take over while Harvey is still getting acclimated to the NFL because, yes, running back is for the most part you don't really develop skill sets sort of thing. But – you still need to feel good. You still need to adapt to the professional environment. So that's basically all I'm feeling about J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, overall, he was really efficient last year in some games, and then there were some games where he was not so efficient. I think in the shootouts, more specifically, he really wasn't all that efficient. I don't know. He had 25 carries against us last year, but I guess that makes sense because he was they were winning the entire game when they played us, but we didn't see him in the second game, like I said. And yeah. So overall, he was still a very, very good runner last year, 3.04 yards after contact per attempt. Let me check to see. Jaleel McLaughlin's has to be lower than that. Yep, 2.58. And then Javante's, I don't even want to see what his looks like as far as yards after contact per attempt, 2.38. Yeah. So Javante Williams had 21 missed tackles last year on, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many carries he got specifically, but looking at J.K. Dobbins, it's just fantastic because look at these 10-yard plays, man. 27 for all of last year. And if we could get 10-yard plays left and right from J.K. Dobbins, that'd be absolutely amazing. Imagine Harvey and Dobbins breaking big runs off the belly blocks. Yeah, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And that would have me bricked up, D-Rock. So, yeah, I'm going to get out of here really soon. But if you guys have any more thoughts about J.K. Dobbins, let me know in the comment section down below. Throughout his career, I remember his rookie year with Baltimore. I thought this dude was primed to take over the NFL. Look, 6 yards per carry. He was behind Mark Ingram for a lot of that time, but after that, he basically took over. After that, he basically took the reins, and he never gave it back. And, yeah, here's how many first downs that he was granted running the football. So, yeah, ultimately – we got a decent amount of you in here. I wasn't expecting to have this many people in here, but yeah, I'm going to show this injury history tab again. Like I said, nothing is guaranteed with J.K. Dobbins because he's had, knee injuries going back to high school. And this is why I call him J.K. Dobbins. I call him Jello Knees Dobbins because he's had a really rough go throughout his NFL career. And, he's missed quite a bit of time. He kind of had a resurgence with the Chargers this past year. But yeah, so here's some Dobbins hype on Twitter. 27 explosive runs in 2024, 25. Arcs RB room is back. Yeah. He was in Baltimore with Powers. I think Powers was drafted in 2018 or 19. I don't know if Powers specifically started while Dobbins was had his really, really good year in 2020 at the end of 2020. And obviously, Dobbins missed all of 2021 due to injury. I say that as a J.K. Dobbins dynasty owner who was very, very sad. But yeah, um, I do have a bet on RJ Harvey to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So this is kind of painful for me. But ultimately, I do think adding J.K. Dobbins to this backfield is best case scenario. I think that with what he added to the why am I blanking on their names? With what he added to the Chargers last year and the fact that he was their lead back, I think that this could really, really revamp our run game as well. So I'm going to lead you out with this little clip highlight reel from Andy, because Andy does a really, really good job. So Andy, I know you're in the chat right now, so make sure to give Andy some love as well. Yeah, overall, get it done. Get it done, Sean Payton, sincerely. I'm going to repost this, obviously. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins entering free agency was also one of my favorite available running backs. So this was very, very cool to see. And, look at that. There was nobody on our team who could do that last year. I think the dude has still got it. I don't think his injury last year was very serious, because he did end up coming back for the playoff game for the Chargers. And, yeah, he came back for week 17 and 18 too. And see, look, just it would solve our run game so much. I don't know why this didn't get done sooner, but once again, we're in our window, man. It's time to get this stuff done. What a play. What a play against the Cincinnati Bengals right there. Anyways, yeah, it's a wrap. Ink the paper. Did it become official? I don't know. Either way, shout out to all y'all in the chat. Shout out to D-Rock in particular. I see you. I see you a lot. And yeah, ultimately, Andy, thank you for joining as well. Either way, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go play some golf with my grandpa. Sorry, I would have made this a longer stream, but this is pretty big news. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, salute.